They're all asleep, even the ones with their eyes open, walking in program patterns, following scripts they didn't write. But if you stand still long enough, you can hear it, the hum beneath the broadcast. Listen. I'm the static prophet, they mistake it for noise. I hear the real mess between the manufactured ploys. They caught in the signal, bright, shiny and loud. I'm searching for the truth in the shape of a cloud. Yeah, the static prophet, a ghost in the cold, deciphering the secrets of this lonely road. They pray to the screen, a God with no face. I'm just trying to find a pulse in this digital space. I walk through the city, amazing glass and steel, and watch the sleepwalkers chase something that isn't real. Their faces are lit by the pale blue glow of the handheld illusions that run the whole show. They follow the arrows, they stay in the lines, consuming the fiction, ignoring the signs that the stage is just a set. The script has been sold, and the story they're a part of is centuries old. They talk about freedom and carefully built cages and turn the same predictable government-approved pages. I see the puppeteers, the ones you never meet, the architects of every single dead-end street. They provide the distractions, the games and the bread to keep the critical thoughts from forming in your head. But I unplug my senses, I cut the main wire, and now I'm just a witness to a slow burning fire. I'm the static prophet, they mistake it for noise. I hear the real message between the manufactured ploys. They caught in the signal, bright, shiny and loud. I'm searching for the truth in the shape of a cloud. Yeah, the static prophet, a ghost in the code, deciphering the secrets of this lonely road. They pray to the screen, a God with no face. I'm just trying to find a pulse in this digital space. What is a choice when both options are planned? A grain of free will in the desert of sand. They offer you colors but only red or blue, and make you feel righteous for the one that you choose. But the hand that presents them remains out of sight, dipping the whole world in perpetual night. I'm looking for the source code, the original thought, before the algorithm tied us all up in a knot. They say ignorance is bliss, maybe they're right. Maybe it's a curse to have a second sight, to see the connections, the patterns, the scheme, to wake up from a dream inside another dream. So I walk and I listen to the city's machine hum, feeling totally connected and totally numb. A paradox of knowledge, a lonely broadcast, just a whisper of the future in a shadow of the past. They build their reality on a foundation of lies, and they punish anyone who dares to open their eyes. They call it madness, insanity, but I call it clarity. The painful, beautiful clarity of being awake. Transmission over. For now, listen to the static. The truth is in there, always fading out, fading out. Yo, I close my eyes and I'm right back on that street corner. The rain ain't never washed that memory away. Still see your face, man, I still see it. It was all supposed to be different. Listen. Yeah. We were supposed to be kings, shared the same crown. Now I walk these same streets and you know where to be found. You traded the barn for a handful of paper. We were stained glass gods, now you're just a vapor. We were supposed to be fought the same wars. Now your name is like a curse whispered behind closed doors. You traded the light for a life in the shadows, left me with the memory of a friendship turned hollow. Remember the rooftop plans under the summer sky, drawing out our futures while the city rushed by. Two young lions with a hunger and a vision, escaping the reality of our tenement prison. Remember that winter when winter coat between us, passing it back and forth. Nobody could have seen us as anything but a unit, an unbreakable force. plotting on the world, letting nature take its course. We ate the same cheap noodles, dreamt the steak on gold plates, laughed at the old timers screaming about fate. We were writing our own destiny in notebooks full of rhymes, the undisputed champions of the end times. I had your back like a shadow, you had mine the same. The whole world was against us, but we loved the damn game. You were my ace, my reflection in the mirror. Nothing ever come between us, the vision was supposed to be king. Shared the same crown, now I walk these same streets and you're nowhere to be found. You traded the bond for a handful of paper, we were stained glass gods. Now you're just a vapor, we were supposed to be bros. Fought the same wars, now your name is like a curse whispered behind closed doors. You traded the light for a life in the shadows, left me with the memory of a friendship turned hollow. Then the money started talking, a whisper, then a shout. Planted a seed of poison, filled your head with doubt. I saw the change in your eyes, a cold, empty glaze. Lost in a material, superficial haze. That night under the L train, the rain was coming down hard. You told me the plan, you played your final card. Said the bond was a weakness, loyalty a flaw. You chose the easy money over brotherhood's law. I couldn't even speak, just stood there in the rain. A dagger in my back, a new and different pain. Worse than any struggle we had ever been through. Cause the one holding the handle, my brother, was you. You walked away with them, didn't even turn around. Just a silhouette vanishing without a single sound. Left me standing there with a kingdom turned to dust. A lifetime of a lion shattered by a moment of lust for the paper. For what? For a new car, for a chain full of ice. Was our whole history worth that price? Tell me, was it worth the weight of that empty crown? Stained glass, beautiful from a distance, but up close, it's just broken pieces held together. And when the light's gone, it's just dark, just dark, gone. It's a long way from cracked pavement to marble floors. The air just hits different up here, colder. You trade one kind of silence for another. Let me tell you about it. Used to dream of this view, now it's just my reality. Crimson carpets on the floor, tailor-made mortality. They see the shine of silk suits, the custom-made ride, but they don't see the ghosts that are sitting inside. Yeah, crimson carpets, a path that I chose, surrounded by allies that could easily be foes. This ain't a fairy tale, this is chess, not a game, where the king stays the king by remembering the pain. I remember freezing nights, breathing smoke in the air. Now the suits are imported, not a worry or a care, or so it would seem from the outside looking in. They don't know the quiet wars, you gotta fight just to win. The city's a boardroom, I learned how to chair it. Learned that a spoken threat is almost no merit. It's the unspoken moves, the whispers in the dark, the patient hungry predators just waiting for a spark. My circle got smaller as the bankrolls got bigger. Learn to read the subtext and not the main figure. Every handshake is a contract, every smile is a clause. I'm living by a different set of unwritten laws. From a dime bag ambition to a global enterprise, I just capitalize on reading the lies in their eyes. This view from the penthouse was earned, not a gift. Navigating the currents, avoiding the drift. Used to dream of this view, now it's just my reality. Crimson carpets on the floor, tailor-made mortality. They see the shine of silk suits, the custom-made ride, but they don't see the ghosts that are sitting inside. Yeah, crimson carpets, a path that I chose, surrounded by allies that could easily be foes. This ain't a fairy tale, this is chess, not a game, where the king stays the king by remembering the pain. Mahogany tables reflect the tired face in this isolated, beautifully designed space. Got wolves in cashmere sweaters laughing at my jokes. Analyze their movements, every word that they spoke. Cause loyalty's a ghost, a myth, a bedtime story. When you're dealing in a world that's predicated on glory, and the glory is fleeting, the power is a lease. The only real partners are silence and peace. But peace is expensive, a luxury I can't find. Trapped in this fortress I built in my mind. They toast to my health, but they plotting my end. It's a lonely position, my friend. So I sip this fine liquor from a crystal cut glass and watch the traffic below me move by way too fast. Each light is a soul with a story to tell, trapped in their own version of heaven or hell. The crimson carpet doesn't hide the stains. It just absorbs them. It's the price of the throne, the weight of the crown. You wear it, or it crushes you. There is no in between. Yeah. So you want the view? You can have it. Just know what it costs. Everything. Always. 3 in the morning again. The city never really sleeps, and neither do I. Funny, you get everything you thought you wanted and lose everything you didn't know you had. Check it. Under these streetlight confessions, the truth comes to light. I sold my sunrise for a pocket full of nights. This paper feels heavy, the silence is cold. Just another young man getting prematurely old. Yeah, these streetlight confessions whisper to the moon, hoping that the real me comes back sometime soon. But the grind has a rhythm, the hustle has a song, and I've been dancing to it for way too long. I remember running these same blocks with holes in my shoes, a heart full of dreams and nothing to lose. We had a vision, a plan sketched out on a napkin to turn these copper pennies into something that could happen. The hunger was a fuel that burned bright in my chest, putting my all to the test. No time for any rest, and the first taste of success is a powerful thing. The way a couple $100 makes you feel like a king. You start moving different, talking with a new kind of cool, thinking you're the exception to the unspoken rule, that the house always wins, that the streets always take more than you could ever possibly hope to make. But I was caught in the current, the fast moving stream, living out a half forgotten secondhand dream. The sneakers got cleaner, the pockets got deep, but I started finding ghosts in my wallet when I tried to sleep. Under these streetlight confessions, the truth comes to light. I sold my sunrise for a pocket full of nights. This paper feels heavy, the silence is cold. Just another young man getting prematurely old. Yeah, these streetlight confessions whisper to the moon, hoping that the real me comes back sometime soon. But the grind has a rhythm, the hustle has a song, and I've been dancing to it for way too long. Now my phone's full of numbers, but who can I call when the walls are closing in and I'm about to fall? Everybody loves you when the table's full of food, but they disappear quickly when it's misunderstood that the pressure's immense. The paranoia's real, you can't show a single weakness, can't show how you feel, so you build up a fortress with walls made of pride, with nothing but your shadow standing there by your side. I miss simple things like a genuine laugh, or walking down the street without doing the math of who's watching, who's plotting, who's smiling in my face while they wishing they could run and take over my place. This life's a mirage in a desert of stone. You're surrounded by everyone, but you're utterly alone, counting this money under a single dim light. Another battle won in a war I can't fight, not for long. Is this what success feels like? This hollow echo in my chest. I remember when all I wanted was a way out. Now I'm out, but I feel more trapped than ever. Funny how that works. Streetlight confessions. The only ones that'll listen. The night keeps your secrets. Yeah, but it never gives you answers. Never. Yeah. No gimmicks needed, no stories. Just the beat and the verse. The fundamentals. Let's build. I'm the asphalt poet, the master of the metric. My thoughts are a fortress, the flow is electric. They follow the blueprint, I'm the lyrical architect. Dropping pure science that you gotta respect. Yeah, the asphalt poet, the concrete composer. My competition's nervous and they moving in closer just to hear how I do it, how I craft the design. But this level of the art is exclusively mine. I meditate on syllables, the city's my blueprint. The rhythm of the traffic is the groove that I move in. I sketch out the scripture, perfect the whole mixture. My verse is a photograph, a permanent fixture in the gallery of greats. I compose the prose that explodes on my foes, and everybody knows that the method is flawless. The structure is sound, the best kept secret is buried underground, but the roots are growing deeper, breaking through the cement. Every line I ever wrote is a line that I meant. I'm a verbal chemist in a lab full of pads, combining old school elements with futuristic fads to create a new substance, potent and pure, the only known cure for the whack entrepreneur who sells you a dream, but the product is hollow. I give you the scripture that the righteous will follow. I'm the asphalt poet, the master of the metric. My thoughts are a fortress, the flow is electric. They follow the blueprint, I'm the lyrical architect. Dropping pure science that you gotta respect. Yeah, the asphalt poet, the concrete composer. My competition's nervous and they moving in closer just to hear how I do it, how I craft the design. But this level of the art is exclusively mine. They mumble their verses, hoping you don't notice. The lack of the focus is totally bogus. They follow a trend, I'm the law that they bending. Their story is over, my chapter's transcending. Past time and space, I control the whole pace. I could win this whole race with my eyes closed, just in case you were wondering if I still had the passion. I'm weaving these rhymes in a meticulous fashion, like a master tailor with a needle and thread. Every single word is precisely pre-read in the library of my mind, a complicated maze. I leave the simple-minded rappers in a permanent daze. They're chasing the moment, the temporary buzz. I'm building a monument to show you what it was and what it will be. The alpha and omega, the verbal storm bringer, the legacy maker. This ain't for the radio with its polished facade. This is for the purists in the back who just nod. This is for the art form, the culture, the core. For the kid in his bedroom who's asking for more and more substance, more meaning, more skill in the verse. A blessing to the gifted, to the talentless, a curse. And that's how it's done. Textbook, precision, asphalt poetry. Class is dismissed. Drum is knocking, it's the sound of the concrete that keeps the heads rocking. Yeah, brick and mortar, raw and unfiltered. My flow's a jackhammer that leaves the ground splintered. No glitz, no glamour, just the truth in the grind. We're here to take over, so get to the back of the line. I hit the track like a wrecking ball, pure demolition, leaving nothing but static, ending your whole mission. My style ain't polished, man, it's rusty and jagged. An uncut diamond that escaped from the ragged edges of the city where the weak get devoured. My rhymes are the bricks, lyrically empowered. The foundation's the beat, my words are the cement. A monument with noise, heaven sitting hell bent. They whisper they verses, I'm screaming out mine. Turning the studio into a battle design. No time for a pause, no time to catch a breath. I got the energy that cheats its own death. They talk about flows that are smooth as a river. My flow is a tidal wave, makes all of you shiver. A force of pure nature on a 2-track assault. My arrival is your ending, it's entirely your fault. Ain't a clean sound, this is brick and mortar. We're tearing the walls down with these raw vocals. The floor is shaking when the bass drum is knocking. It's the sound of the concrete that keeps the heads rocking. Yeah, brick and mortar, raw and unfiltered. My flow's a jackhammer that leaves the ground splintered. No glitz, no glamour, just the truth and the grind. We're here to take over, so get to the back of the line. They analyze the market, I'm analyzing the threat. Every bar is a punch that you haven't seen yet. You're chasing the playlist, I'm building a testament. That's the difference between a gimmick and the